summer and the tourists have taken over Berlin. Parliament is in recess and the Chancellor has an abandoned look about it. Meanwhile, over at party headquarters, this sign wishes everyone a nice summer. If only it were having one itself. But far from it. Party leader Angela Merkel recently came under fire from a former CDU state premier.
The CDU is punching below its weight. What it needs to do is win back the approval of its core voters with long-term, dependable, trustworthy, realistic and value-based policies.
With little happening on the political stage during these slow summer months, Teufel's comments have had plenty of time to sink in. Willy Wimmer, parliamentary state secretary in the defense ministry until 1992, was in politics for 33 years.
Within the CDU, we have the problem that people are keeping their mouths shut when they're on parliamentary committees. Budgetary issues aside, there's no critical discussion of issues. People keep quiet, and any discussion about leadership is blown out of proportion. There's no real interest in discussion. Everyone simply bows down.
Political scientist Gert Langgut isn't surprised that the CDU's old guard are being so forthright. They have no political ambitions and are not afraid to speak their minds.
There isn't enough debate about the CDU's identity. The party rank and file were not privy to the most important decisions made by Merkel, and there have been a number of them. That's all very well once, but if it becomes the norm, then it's very damaging to the party climate. It breeds resentment.
One example, the nuclear energy question. The party was taken aback by Merkel's rapid announcement to end nuclear power. Her decision left many disgruntled. Another example, her approval of one bailout package after another for stricken EU states. Merkel hurried from one crisis meeting to the next as party members looked on.
The
causes of frustration are excessive red tape and uncertainty about a number of Eurostate solvency and about whether billions in financial aid are actually effective.
Merkel appears to be more progressive than her party, which is finding her shift away from its traditional positions and values hard to take. Many feel ignored by her and her closest advisors.
Along with the Federal Board and Executive Committee, Merkel's leadership of the party is like a body of elders, which includes Herr Hinze, Herr Pofalla, Herr Grue, and Herr Kauder. Their main job is to keep down the rest of the party, and that's the sort of thing we shouldn't tolerate.
This time, senior party members haven't been able to prevent discussion. Time to admit shortcomings.
We need to ask ourselves on a regular basis where the party is heading, but first and foremost we need to listen to the people. We need a bit less navel-gazing and more discussion of where the country is going.
Regional conferences are designed to re-establish ties to the party base. These days, a lot of CDU members aren't sure if Merkel's party is right for them anymore.
Merkel's problem is that she's never experienced the party's soul. She was never in the party's youth wing. She's never been a district leader. She doesn't know the party from the bottom up. She only knows it from the top. Relatively speaking, she wasn't in politics for long before she became a minister and then party leader.
Seems it's time for Angela Merkel to listen to her party.
The CDU is like a pressure cooker that's about to explode. We need to take the lid off. The only option is a special party conference. A party conference where everything has already been decided ahead of time will do nothing to add to open discussion.
Recent polls show only 1/3 of German voters would support the CDU. Whether or not open discussion of the party's direction and values will win back disillusioned voters remains to be seen.